Hey everyone, in this video, I want to talk about integration platforms in general. I know the term IPaaS has been around for a while, integration platform as a service, and it seems like every single integration platform is an integration platform as a service. And I think that's a problem. I don't think that's good for you. I don't think that's good for the industry. And I think it's there's really a point where integration platforms just fall flat. Um, and that's one of the main reasons is that they're in the cloud. They're SaaS offerings, right? Integration platform as a service is specifically software as a service. And the problem is that it's nowhere near the data that it's interacting with. Um, and that's a problem in and of itself. And I think it's also a secondary effect of another thing I want to talk about in this video, which we'll get to in a second. But having your automation in the cloud when your data is in your own data center, in your own AWS, that sort of thing, or in other SaaS applications. And then here you have this other SaaS application that is completely separated from all of your data. That just feels weird to me. I really think that your automation should live in the same place as either your data or your IT resources, ideally both. But if you're using a lot of SaaS applications and managing IT resources in AWS, put your automation in AWS. You can't do anything about where the SaaS applications are. The SaaS vendors are going to host those applications where they host them, and you can't put other things into their data center. But what you can control is putting your automation next to the resources that it's automating. That just makes sense. It has a lot more integration with the actual resources that it's working with. You don't have to release sensitive information, sensitive details about your infrastructure into the cloud. Even if there's an agent involved, that still feels weird to me, because you're still effectively leaking data into the cloud. And I don't think that's good for anyone. I don't think that's great for cybersecurity. Uh, I don't think that's great for information, um, bandwidth concerns. It's just, I don't think you should do it. And the other reason that I think integration platforms fall flat is that they're kind of a no man's land. No one really wants to touch them. I think I hate to say it. Maybe I don't hate to say it, but I almost feel like the iPaaS vendors even don't really want to touch it either. Like they don't uh they want to tell the story of you can automate anything, you can integrate everything. We have connectors for X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the other thing. Um, but they just want to tell the story. They don't even necessarily want to solve the problems that every business has. And maybe it could just be that every business has different problems. Every business has a comprehensive suite of problems. And, uh, kind of this is Brooks' law, um, uh, applied to IT systems, right? The more connection points you have between different systems and the more capabilities each of them have, the more exponentially the connectors need to grow. The things that you can do with the systems need to grow in order to account for everything you might possibly want to be able to do. So maybe there's a technical challenge there as well, but I still feel like there's kind of a no man's land, even with lots of systems, ITSM systems. Asset management systems, even CRMs, and every system is starting to add some sort of automation capability to it. Um, and it's at least check the box. Some of them are a little bit more full featured, but at the very least, they do their specific uh, part of the world. ITSM does ITSM really well. And then maybe they start to integrate with other systems. But that's not their main focus. Their main value proposition is doing ITSM well, handling incident management, handling problem management, those sorts of things. Integrating, kind of falls through the cracks because there's some complexity there. There's some uncertainty there. What other systems are you going to be working with? Now, some of the vendors have actually worked really well to try to augment their systems and have a pretty comprehensive set of integrations. But at the same time, it's really hard to get all the integrations that someone might want. There's always going to be something else that you might need in order to integrate, in order to fully integrate your processes with all of the systems that you're using. Now, on the other side of the fence, you have the iPaaS systems, the integration platforms in general, um, and they, at least ostensibly, are intended to kind of fill in the gaps between these systems, right? System A maybe talks to System B, but isn't really designed specifically for talking to System B. It's specifically designed to be System A. Likewise, System B might talk to System A, might have the capability of talking to System A, but that's not its main focus. Its main focus is on being the best System B that it possibly can be. Now you have an integration platform sitting in the middle that, at least on the surface, can talk to System A, can talk to System B, is designed to shuttle information back and forth between the two systems. But again, at its very core, it is designed to be an integration platform with potentially anything. So it's also not focused on specifically integrating with System A and specifically integrating with System B. So when you're looking at some of these systems and some of these platforms, you need to look for something that can actually allow you to integrate as fully with System A and System B as you really need to. And I just get the feeling that many of these integration platforms just don't have it. They they might do what you need to at a surface level, but do you really have the full control that you need over your integrations and what you're actually trying to do, what your business process actually has at its core? Um, if you need to do X, Y, and Z, can you actually do X, Y, and Z, or does it just let you do X? Because that's what checks the box and says, oh, yeah, we have an integration with Google Drive, for instance. That's a fun one to pick on because most systems allow you to create a document with content, um, find a document, some simple things, but going and finding a document and updating a document and sharing that document with someone else, does it do that? Probably not. Those more complex scenarios are a little bit outside of the capabilities of most integration platforms. If you found an integration platform that can do that, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I'm curious. I don't think there's any out there that can do that. Um, and maybe I shouldn't use that as an example because we don't do that either. Um, doesn't mean you can't. If there's an API for it, you can do it with our platform. Um, but again, there's there's gaps to be filled in. This is definitely more of a conversation than certainly more than not a sales pitch by any stretch of the imagination. Um, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts on integration platforms, either as a service or what have you done to hold or to keep integration platforms local to your data or your systems, or did you just go with totally custom code? Don't even worry about an integration platform. Just go straight to writing code. Leave that in the comments down below, or shoot me an email. Schedule time with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.